definitely been times where I've considered stopping or at least putting a pause on it, because like I've said, it's not always going to be easy. I feel like breaking has saved me in so many ways, and I know that can be really cliche to say, but even just being able to move your body and push yourself to limits where you didn't think you'd be able to reach is so special. And of course, there's been times that it doesn't always feel special, it feels hard. And yeah, I'd be lying if I said there wasn't times that were tough where I was considering not doing this anymore. But I'm so glad that there are moments I've pushed through, because without breaking, I don't know who I would be. And even my coach, like we've sat down, we've had these conversations. Certain things do not work for my body, and that's fine. It's just how I'm built, and it's how we're built, and that's so special. Like a lot of the time, for example, I'm training moves that for men are quite easy. Us women, we're naturally bottom heavy, where our hips are made to protect a child. We're carrying a womb, we're carrying everything inside is heavier, and that's fine. You just got to adapt it and figure out what works for you. And once you find that, it's such a gorgeous path. Once you find what works for you, again, it's not going to be an easy ride, but you need to surround yourself with people that understand that, and be patient with yourself, show yourself some grace, show yourself some love. And it's just about adapting and doing what's right for you and your body, and not worrying about what everybody else is doing. You're just going to get caught up in comparison all the time. Looking back, I feel like if I didn't push through them moments, I wouldn't be where I am now. And now I can't imagine my life without breaking. I'm Amber, aka Beagle Ambush, and I'm a 25-year-old breaker, originally from a really small town in Wales called Carmarthen, and I now live in Brighton. I spent a lot of time training on my own in my dad's damp shed filled with all my dad's tools, and that's where I feel like I really fell in love with breaking. I was doing a lot of Zoom calls with my coach, and I was like, actually, lockdown, the world's ending, I gotta just do what I love doing. I moved to London just as lockdown lifted in 2021. I made the change and I moved, and it's been the best decision I've ever made, for sure. That's what, like 5-6 years now. Sorry, Mum and Dad. So I'm currently in training for Red Bull BC1 UK. Red Bull is a space to compete against the best in the UK and to crown the best B-boy and the best B-girl. The first time I entered Red Bull BC1 was the year I moved to London. I remember watching Main Stage that year and thinking, like, I'm gonna get there. Like, and just having that feel of watching these women represent, I was like, that's what I want. That's what I'm gonna do. And every year since, I've gone back with that fire in my stomach in order to make it onto that main stage. For me, this has always been a dream of mine, to even just step on that main stage. Like, I've made some really big changes over the last 6 months in order to make breaking what I want it to be. I've changed jobs, I've got a job in order to specifically fund breaking. And I've also moved out of the city in order to train it as much as I want to train.
All right, today's the day. Red Bull BC1 UK 2026. Let's have it.
Yeah, I feel like my prelim round was good. I feel like my 2-round qualification was all right, but we're going to use that as a test run. I'm battling Mia, and I'm really, really excited to exchange that stage with her and really, yeah, take it, let's go. Even though it's a space that feels very masculine, we have women in the scene that have proven you can be feminine throughout this style. Look at B-Girl Roxy. B-Girl Roxy has done so much for the UK scene, and just breaking in general, worldwide. You know, she's shown that you can still be feminine within this style. And B-Girl Roxy was somebody that I looked up to when I was really young. I used to research clips of her on YouTube, and she's now judging this year's Red Bull BC1. Through this journey of training and battling, I've really found that it's not just about me, it's about inspiring a new generation of young females. We still have a long way to come in that. There hasn't always been a B-girl category in BC1. I think there's lots of spaces in which women still have to prove themselves in the scene.
But it takes time. There is a space for us and it takes time. We can get hung up on the negatives and I think they're important to talk about, but I think we should also celebrate everything that we have achieved.
Over the last few years, the number in women participating has skyrocketed, but also the level. Find people that inspire you, find people that support you, and you're gonna fly.
I think B-girls are strong, brave, inspiring.
They've always been so friendly and warm and welcoming.
Funky, smooth, musical.
Feminine and persevering.
And powerful.
Feminine, powerful.
Strong.
Strong.
Female does not mean weak. Female means strong.